What does design mean to you?
And I think the easiest way that I can talk about design is what I read in a planning document mixed with what I think about it. Design to me is an integrated way of making products and services sustainable with really low maintenance, but they still need to look good. They need to last over a long period of time and be able to adapt to the future needs and fit their environments well.
Why is design important in supply chains?
Well, first of all, I think design itself is important everywhere, not just the supply chain. But because there is a renewed thirst on personalization and the fact that today the folks everywhere, be it in the factories, be it the consumer, they are seeking personalized products or services. So that makes it really important to create a supply chain that will support that. And if companies do not do that, they lose out on two things. One, they lose out on the innovation part of it. But more importantly, they are ready to be disrupted by others. One of the reasons we have seen so many disruptions in the business world is because either a whole chunk of people, whole chunk of organizations have completely missed what their end user is looking for, or they have been so comfortable and cozy and laid back that they have failed to respond to what the end customer and people throughout the supply chain are looking for. I think one of the cool examples is a company based in the UK that started doing a digital production of creating knitwear. And what they did was that they just transformed the industrial knitting machines into 3D printers, and by doing this, they went on to a zero stock, on-demand method of production and distribution, and no need for maintaining inventory or worry about surplus manufacturing. They ended up also spending less on the usual very expensive prototyping, and that in turn means the lead times for production is very short. So you look at it from any perspective, and the result is that at the end it benefits everyone. So to me, design is extremely important in the supply chains.
How is it done effectively?
I think it is a while there cannot be one single formula for every single industry, while there cannot be one single formula for everyone, the effective way of doing a supply chain will stick with a couple of things. One, you have to be taking the real feedback, and when I mean real feedback, I mean combining it with the desires and needs of the users, but being smart enough to be able to force or mold how you want the supply chain to behave, because users may want it a certain way, but your current technologies, your current systems might be obstacles, and you have to figure out how you can merge the two, the needs and desires of the users, and what you can profitably produce for them. And of course, this also means that you have to have the work power or the workforce, which is built of not only people from production, but people from creative side, people who can design well, and that tells you why one website for the same product or similar product is much more effective in getting the user response, while another one is a complete flop. And that's what we see multiple times when new products, new services, new items are launched, and then a copycat item comes in and actually does better than the original one. And the reason is when all forces align, when the creative team, when the design team, when the coding team, when the development team, when the quality control, they all come together, and you have people who understand what will make an effective production line or an effective chain.
Where have you seen some good results?
Well, I think that the biggest example of being practical, profitable, sustainable, and with good products is Apple. And as Steve Jobs seems to have said, that you cannot just rely on the user needs and wants. He's supposed to have said that Ford had said that if I asked people what do they want, they would have said, we want faster horses. So the whole idea on just relying on one part of the equation is not going to work, and I think Apple is a prime example of that. Google is a fairly decent example of that. It's probably not the best example, but they still managed to do the reverse engineering, meaning they went with what they thought would be needed and kept it refining. I still don't rank it anywhere close to an Apple design, but they did build up something which was valuable and useful.
And can you please provide a brief background of yourself?
I'm more of a management practitioner, observer, advisor. I'm also a very big tennis fan. Roger Federer, to me, is the ultimate design of a tennis player. As for me, I have almost 3 decades of experience in some high world-class organizations. I worked with companies in Asia Pacific. I've worked with companies in North America, both U.S. and Canada, and it's been from domains from pharma to high tech. So initially it was pharma, but once I moved on to software and computing, it's been high tech ever since. I've been lucky. I worked with some of well-respected companies, but more importantly, I worked with highly successful cross-functional teams that have helped build really innovative products, and so I'm very happy to have that kind of experience. Now I run a company called Sethi Inc. Our website is IncSethi, which is IncSethi.com, and where we are bringing in some IT products to the market. One of those products is an all-in-one application, a tablet and smartphone-based application for restaurants. We also build mobile apps. We are into NFC, which is the near-field communications, and we build microsites and micro apps as well. So that's about me. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share my thoughts. And obviously, I wish every one of your readers, listeners, a great 2016, and hopefully we'll speak again on another topic of interest. Thanks again.